Hello, everyone. And I'm here today to show you how you can make live streaming a part of your regular routine as just part of your regular content creation every week. I'm Charlene Tessier from Strength in Numbers, and I'm here to show you how you can make strategic live streams so you can fill your next course, workshop, or virtual event. Now, live streaming seems like it's a lot of work. It kind of falls into that category of putting up YouTube videos or creating videos. There are things that you do need to do in order to get ready for live streaming, especially if you want to do it every week. And if you're going to live stream, I highly recommend that you actually stream at least once a week. And in this video, I am going to show you how there are 3 ways to make it super simple, super easy, so you can get into that routine and produce your live stream each week. The first thing is to create a space and a regular setup. Now, you don't have to have a big fancy desk or a fancy setup. I have a very simple setup. I literally just have a shelf with a webcam on a tripod, a lamp to help illuminate me a bit more, and a fairly clean space that's my background. I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't have a very sophisticated camera, and you don't need a lot of sophisticated equipment. But if you can dedicate and carve out a space, doesn't even have to be a whole office. This is not my whole office. I live in a very tiny space, and all of our spaces in rooms are multifunctioning. All you got to do is carve out a little space with a little table where the camera is always set up and ready to go, where the light is there and it's ready. Just flick it on. And all you got to do is click go and go live. If you have a setup like that, then it's a lot easier for you to just come in and start recording. If you have to set up the camera, open up the tripod, get it out, all that friction is going to essentially be an excuse for you to say, I'll do it next week. And I'll give you a little bonus tip for those who want to look good on camera. I'm not doing tons of makeup and tons of fancy clothes either. But what I did do is I put together a capsule wardrobe. I believe it's 8 pieces or 10 pieces. And those capsules, it's just 8, I believe, allows me to create at least 12 different outfits. And it doesn't really matter. It just means that those clothes look good. They look professional. They all go together. And it's one less thing I have to think about when I need to go live. I literally have it carved out right on my rack. I have it hung up there together, the 8 pieces, so that when it's time to go live, I pick 1 or 2, put it on. I know it's going to look good because I've already spent the time to prep it and make sure that it does look good. And I mean, of course, you want to change your clothes from time to time, and I plan to change them with the seasons, but you don't need to change them every day. And again, thinking about what am I going to wear? Oh, I don't have anything to wear. Oh, I wish I could have this, or that's not ironed. That again is more friction to say, and another excuse as to why you can't go live today. And for those who do makeup, I would also recommend a little mini makeup station and looking at some video tutorials where it's literally 5 minutes. That's what I do. I just do a 5-minute face. I don't do go crazy. And of course, it would be nice to do more. But if you want to go live and you want to do it quick, got to have it set up. And it's got to be simple, and it's got to be frictionless, and it's got to be easy. That's the first little tip. Try to carve out a setup. The second tip is you'll want to prep your content. So a lot of people just go live. They don't even really think about what they're going to talk about. And therefore they kind of go off topic. They maybe even ramble, and it's not really focused as to why are they here talking on live. And you don't need to write an entire script. The week before, and I would recommend the Friday, that's when I do my frameworks, is carve out the first thing in the day in the morning. As soon as I start my work day, the first 90 minutes I dedicate to just sit down, turn everything off, and I script out everything I'm going to say in my live stream. And I do use a framework, and I highly recommend using a framework because it helps you kind of organize your thoughts and keep you on track. And again, don't write every single word you're going to say. Write the main talking points. That's all you really need. Once you've got that framework, before I go live, I do one or two really quick run throughs. And I just walk around while I prep, warm up the body, warm up, getting in and getting into going to be live stream. And I just say what I'm going to say. And if I forget, I'll look at my talking points a few times. But to be honest, you don't really need a full script. You just need to know the main framework that you're going to talk through. That's tip number 2. Now, the third tip, which I think is the most important tip to ensure that you go live every single week, and you'll want to do this even if everything else, tip 1 and 2, you can't really get it together. That's okay. Do tip number 3, and that is set a specific time each week and day that you're going to go live. So choose your frequency. Frequency is how many times per week am I going to go live? And for a month, set a goal. Once a week, I'm going to go live. Or every second week, I'm going to go live. Or every 3 days, I'm going to go live, right? That's the frequency. Pick a frequency and a beginning and end time frame. This doesn't need to go on forever. Just pick a beginning and ending time frame. 4 weeks is a very good starting point so that you can measure, start to build your audience, and see some traction. The next thing you want to pick is the day. And I'm not talking the 3rd of the month or whatever. I'm talking, are you going to go live on Monday? Are you going to go live Tuesdays and Thursdays? And if you can, try to go live at the exact same time or very close to the same time each time you're going live. So if you're choosing Tuesday and you want to do it at 7 a.m., then Tuesday, 7 a.m. every week, go live. This will kind of block out, right, some time in your calendar so that it's like a commitment. It's like a meeting. It's a meeting with your audience. And you're going to be there. And they're going to eventually be there too, because they're going to know you're going to always be there. And once they see that, they'll be able to, of course, come and be more participatory, and you'll see your audience grow a lot faster. Now, some of you might be thinking, should I go live now 3 times a day because I got to cover 5 time zones or whatnot? I live in different time zones. My audience lives in the North American time zone, and I'm in the European time zone. But don't go crazy over that. Again, you can get into all these analysis. Just pick where you want to go live, what date, and pick what works for you. Because just because my audience really is mainly would be technically I should go live probably later in the day, it doesn't really work for me, to be honest, in my schedule. This time of day works best. So that means I'm going to have a higher chance of actually achieving that. Now, I'm really struggling, honestly, with step number 3. And it's because I've decided to increase my frequency. As you probably have noticed this week, this is already my 3rd live. And I'm going for 5 this week. And I'm going to do 5 lives for 4 weeks straight. And so prepping that content has been a bit of a struggle because there's a lot more volume for me to prep. I'm still a little bit ahead, but I wish I was a little bit further ahead. And that consistency of going live each day has kind of been a little bit all over the place. So that's a commitment I'm going to make to you, is I'm going to try to go live at 8:30 a.m. Eastern from now on. And I highly suggest that you just start taking some imperfect action. So even if your setup isn't perfect, don't let that hindering you from going live. Pick a day, pick a time, and schedule it and get it on there. With Facebook, you can pre-schedule it so your audience actually knows that you're going to be there. So pre-schedule it. That kind of gives you that a little bit of accountability. Don't forget to go live, and they'll know it. They'll see it there. And even if the camera setup's not perfect, just get what you can get set up, record it, tweak it a little bit. Next week, you'll come back, tweak it a little bit more, right? And same with the content. Again, just try to prepare at least 1 day before. It's better if you can do the week before, because usually might miss that deadline. So that gives you a bit of buffer. But prep it before. That way, again, when you come, you don't have to sit and think about it. When it's time is ticking, oh my goodness, I have to go live. I don't know what I'm going to say. And you're kind of panicking and starting to feel overwhelmed. Pre-plan it when it's relaxed, when you're not under the gun, under the tight deadline. If you would like to learn more about live streaming, tips, strategies, content, tools, I highly, highly recommend that you join my private Strength in Numbers community. It's free, it's not on Facebook, and it's not on LinkedIn. It's a truly private community with no distractions, and every day I post content there. And you can also chat with me there. I'm there to hear your questions about live streaming. So I will put the link for you down below, and I invite you to join me there. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a very wonderful day, everyone.